So first things first, we're just going to start by come to a seat, like maybe a really soft modified Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose, so that you have access or sight right now of just your feet. And then we're just, before we even touch our feet, make sure you feel comfortable, readjust anything that you need to. But then we're just gonna bring a little heat into our palms. So fire up your palms. As you're firing up your palms, you can probably turn that onto autopilot and then maybe close your eyes down. Notice the weight of your feet on the floor. Your hands are going to still keep going, firing them up. Notice your knees and your hips and just make sure your legs feel like they're in a good, comfortable position. Keep firing your palms up. Relax your toes a little bit, relax your insteps, keep firing up your palms. Take one more nice deep breath, firing up the palms, and then we're going to release our hands and just lean your heart forward a little bit. Let your hands rest gently on your feet wherever they land. And then in this nice soft position, close your eyes. Notice your breath. Still want to make sure that we're in a fairly comfortable position. So if at any point you need to adjust things, do what you need to do so you feel really good and happy in your body. But now we're going to take our hands and we're going to start to draw little pinchy lines. So we're going to start right about where the big toe and the second toe meet in that little web. And then we're going to start to pinch down that groove of the toe line. So think the space between the two toes, you're going to pinch right down to right about the top ridge of your foot. You'll feel that little bony structure there. And then you're going to move back up. Go second toe and third toe, find that little web or space in between, and then take your fingers and just kind of pinch down the line right till you come to that crest or the top of the foot, and then move back up. And then we're going to find the third toe and the fourth toe, pinch down that toe line right to the top of the foot, and then come back up, find that last toe, find that little space between, pinch down the toe line. Awesome. And now we're going to take our hands and do a really gentle, so sometimes we do wring out the dish towel with our hands, but we're just going to gently manipulate the feet just a little bit. So we kind of feel the way that our foot can move. So the way that those bony plates lay in our feet, they are amazing, but they can help us move our feet in many different directions. So kind of move the foot just a little bit, just gently twist it a little bit, feel that way that the foot can move in all those different directions. And then once you feel like you've kind of felt that foot a little bit, take it over to the other side. Feel that foot, move it around just a little bit. Awesome. And then if you need to readjust your feet again, take the time to make sure you're in a really comfortable seated position. And we're going to take thumbs to the insteps, and we're going to press into the insteps and then with a bit of pressure. So you're going to push your thumbs in to a point that feels almost where you can't stand it anymore. Just so. And then just once you found a good pressure point there, take a nice deep breath in, close your eyes down. Keep that pressure on your thumbs, take a slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath. Release the pressure of your thumbs, but now we're going to move up. So we're going to move up where Trish calls our bubbly place, or bubbling up from the soles of the feet. So think about where that center of the sole of your foot is, up along the ball toe line. Find that center, press your thumbs into that space, put a good amount of pressure on, something that you can stand. And then once you feel like you found a good sense of pressure there, close your eyes down, soften your shoulders, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Take 2 more cycles of breath. When you're ready, gently release that pressure from your thumbs, stack your hands on top of your heart. Take a moment here just to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice, never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, keeping your hands stacked on your heart, we're going to find a little hip hinge here. So we're going to keep our legs in that butterfly position. Keep your hands pressing onto your heart. Lean your heart forward maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then come up to that upright spine. Lean your heart forward maybe about 2 inches, and then come right back up. Lean your heart forward about 2 inches. Come right back up. Left hand's going to touch down to the ground. Right hand's going to reach up. Take a light and gentle side bend. Lift up and over to the other side. Right hand touches down. Left hand reaches up. Lift back up, take it into a light seated twist. So right hand's going to reach over towards the left knee. It might be a slight varied rotation that you can get to from here compared to your easy seat. When you're ready, release, take your twist over to the other side. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release. We're going to lean back a little bit so we can step the feet apart and then take it into some light windshield wipers. Just bring a little bit of movement back into the hips. Notice how your knees are feeling. Notice how your ankles are feeling. Notice your feet and your toes. In some of our other work that we've been doing in these last couple of weeks, we have paid a lot of close attention to our feet in our core and functional fitness class. So for my core and functional fitness gals, just make sure that your feet, your toes have been feeling pretty good, getting stronger perhaps. And then once you windshield wiper your knees just enough, we're going to step the feet slightly wider so that feet can plant on the ground. And then we're going to readjust the sits bones so that the hands can come through that space of the legs. And then we're going to soften. So we're just going to get that nice little rounding shape through the back of the body. Hands are going to touch down to the ground. And then once you've got this nice little folded position, take a moment to come back to your breath. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath here. Wonderful. Slowly come back up, but now we're going to walk our legs even wider and even further away. So you're going to readjust yourself so that you can put yourself into the widest leg configuration that you feel comfortable with right now. Make sure you're paying attention. Inner thigh and hips, make sure your back feels comfortable, knees feel good. And you always have the option to bend your knees a lot. So make sure that you're not yanking too much against the hamstrings. Once you've got a nice, good sense of wide leg position that feels good to you, rotate towards one leg. Hands are going to anchor on the floor. You're going to press into the fingertips so you can come a little bit taller in your spine, lifting the heart and rotating. And then take a second to think of it as a strong position. Inner thighs are nice and engaged, pinky toes pulling back, tall lifted spine. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Soften, release, take your twist over to the other side. We're going to press firmly into the fingertips. Find that nice uplifted spine and that heart rotation. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Beautiful. And then release. And now we're going to take it into revolved head to knee pose. So we're going to take the left elbow to the inner thigh. Right hand's going to reach up. We're going to anchor against that inner thigh. Bottom ribs are going to pull forward. Top hand's going to reach up. Don't worry about trying to touch the toe. We've barely even warmed up here. So just find that length through the side of your body. Pull the top thumb back just slightly. Turn your head, look up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in. When you're ready, lift up with control, take it right over to the other side. Elbow comes to the inner thighs, bottom ribs pull forward, top hand reaches up. Pull that top thumb back just slightly, turn your head, gaze up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Lift back up with control. We're going to take it out to a fold. So you're going to walk yourself out, maybe going just a little bit further. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out and then walk yourself back up. If you notice as you walked out to that fold that your inner thighs were just screaming at you, readjust your legs so that they're maybe a little bit softer, a little bit closer. But now we're going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, pointers forward into that little temple mudra. And then we're going to start to take it in circles. So we're going to circle around like we're stirring the pot. If pointer finger forward doesn't feel good, then you're just going to interlace all the fingers. But if you can keep that the pointer fingers reaching out, we're finding a little bit of a hinge from our hips. Circling around to a depth that feels good to you, keeping the legs strong if you can. Nice. One more circle around in this direction, and then when you're ready, we're going to reverse directions and go the other way. Two or three more circles around in this direction, but tune in and notice. Did you pick up tension in your jaw? Are you clenching your teeth together as you try to find this work? And if so, can you relax your jaw? Take one more circle around. Nice. And then when you're ready, release your hands, grab the backs of your knees, pull your legs together, come back to some gentle windshield wipers, drop the knees side to side. Awesome. And then from these windshield wipers, we're going to take it into a deer seat. So you're going to swing your legs out to one side into a little 90-90, one leg in front, one leg out to the side. And then once you've got your way there, we're going to take it right into a fold. So you're going to walk yourself out to your edge, to the depth that feels the best to you. Check your knees, check your back, make sure you only go as far as feels good and comfortable. Once you're there, take 3 nice deep breaths. Wonderful. When you're ready, slowly, gently, mindfully walk yourself back up. We're going to lean into the sits bones, big swing of the legs over and across to the other side, rolling across your glutes as you find your way there. Make sure your legs feel like they're in a happy position. And then once you're there, walk yourself out to your edge, soften through the back of your body. Take 3 cycles of breath here. Wonderful. When you're ready, slowly and mindfully walk yourself back up. From here, we're going to flip ourselves over into a tabletop position. So come around into all fours in any way that works good for you. And then once you found your way there, just take a second, cushion your wrists, cushion your knees, do all those little comfort care things so you're happy on your mat. And then once you feel like you found your way there, take it right into a gentle cat and cow. So when I say gentle cat and cow this morning, maybe take it at the half depth that you normally go to. So think about letting the belly gently drop and then rounding the back just slightly. So maybe not going that full tilt or full expression that you usually find for your body. Take one more gentle cycle through and then find neutral spine where we're moving right up into the scapula. So we're going to drop the chest, push the floor away, broaden the shoulders. Drop your chest, push the floor away, broaden your shoulders. One more time, drop the chest, push the floor away, broaden your shoulders, and then find a neutral position with the shoulders. And we're going to just take a second to look at the eyes of the elbows. So we're going to rotate the eyes of the elbows so the elbow pits are facing towards the front of your mat. And then you'll make adjustments as needed so this feels like a good maneuver for you. So you're going to bend the elbows like we're dropping the elbows towards the floor. But now, can you let the elbows touch all the way down? And then use the strength in the back of your arms. Push up and away from the floor, but keep a sort of planked spine. Nice. Bend your elbows. Keep your belly firm. Let the elbows touch all the way down to the ground. Use the backs of your arms. Push your way back up nice and strong. Keep your belly firm. Beautiful. Bend your elbows. Let your elbows touch down to the ground. Use the backs of your arms, push your way up. And now we're going to add on from here. So as you bend down, elbows are going to touch the ground. And then we're going to scoop the heart forward, wave through the spine, lift yourself up nice and strong. Beautiful. Bend your elbows, let the elbows touch down to the ground. Scoop your heart forward, wave through the spine, come up nice and strong. Nice. One more time, just like that. Bend your elbows, let your elbows touch down. Scoop the heart forward, wave through the spine, come back up to your table. Beautiful. Now we're going to take it into some wrists up. So fingers are going to stay on the ground, wrists are going to lift, wrists are going to lower. Fingers are going to stay on the ground, wrists are going to lift, wrists are going to lower. Lovely. One more time, just like that. Fingers stay on the ground, wrists lift. Nice. Wrists lower. And now we're going to walk it out to a puppy pose. So hands are going to walk out to the front edge of your mat. The width of your arms is just whatever feels the most comfortable to you so that your shoulder blades have a nice place to snuggle into. And then take a second to get nice and loose and relaxed here. So your butt's going to be up in the air, belly is nice and soft, chest is dropping down. And then we're just going to get that softer position so we can kind of play around with the subtle variations when we add some strength. So for now, take it into a soft position. Notice your breath. Just for a second here, if you can find it, soften your fingers, soften your palms, Let your butt just reach up a little higher towards the earth, a little bigger arch in the back. And then when you're ready, we're going to add a little strength. So we're going to keep our belly drop down for a second. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Anchor your arms into the ground. And then pull the abdominal muscles up firm. Broaden your shoulders. So you're going to feel that sort of lift up away from the floor nice and strong. And then relax all of that. Let your belly drop down again. Beautiful. Press firm into the palms. Lift the belly up. Broaden the shoulders. So we come into that stronger puppy position. Nice. And then let the belly drop down and soften. Do that one more time. Pull the abdominal muscles up, broaden the shoulders, hang out here in that strong position, press firmly into your palms. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then with control, walk your hands back up and in. We're going to slide the right leg back with the toes curled under. Take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back. Awesome. When you're ready, slide that leg in. We're going to switch over to the other side. Left leg is going to slide back, toes curled under. Take a few rocks forward and back. Nice. And then when you're ready, slide that leg in. Both sets of toes are going to curl under, and we're going to take a few rocks back and forth with our butt back to the heels, and then coming back up to your table. The next time your butt pulls back towards your heels, stay here, take an extra cycle of breath. Nice. And then lift up, release your toes. And now we're going to toenails pressing down in the earth. So we're getting a long position with the ankles. Pull your butt back to your heels, but then we're going to slide the hands back, lean all the way back. We're going to let the knees lift. So you're going to get that stretch to the tops of the ankles and the tops of the feet, but you're only going to go back as far as feels good to you. For all of us, that's going to be a little variation on how far our ankles can go. Take one more moment to find that stretch. And then when you're ready, release your way back up. Find your tabletop position, curl your toes under, one downward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips up nice and high. And then right away, pick up your heels, lower your knees, big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat, come to extended child's pose, bringing your butt back toward your heels, make some space for your belly, for your chest, and then let everything get soft and heavy here. Once you found that softer, heavier position, see if you can tune in to the torso, the upper body, and the rib cage. And we just want to see if we can tune in and notice the depth of breath here. So we're going to take a nice, big, expansive breath, fill your rib cage up. Nice, slow exhale, let your jaw soften. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. Bringing a little bit of life into the arms, gently pressing into the hands. Elbows are going to lift away from the floor. And now we're going to walk over to the left. So we're going to walk our hands over and off to the side. Little reach through the arms. Let your chest soften down. Take a nice deep breath in. Lifting up just slightly so that you can walk through center, over and across to the other side. A little reach through the arms. A little softening through the upper body. Beautiful. Walk back through center. Now we're going to thread the right hand through, but we're going to keep the spine straight. So we're going to thread the right hand through, create as much space as you need, and then see if you can keep a fairly neutral spine. Drop the chest down, drop your forehead down, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Press gently into your left palm to lift and create some space. Slide that right hand out and forward, slide the left hand through and underneath. Keep that fairly neutral spine. Create some space for that left arm. Drop your chest down, drop your forehead down, and then come back to your breath. Beautiful. Press gently into that right arm, unthread the left arm, lift yourself back up to your tabletop position, walking your knees back in. Once you found that tabletop position, curl the toes under, exhale, 1 downward facing dog, lift your hips up nice and high. And then pick up your heels, lower your knees, come back through your tabletop position. Now we're going to come into a low plank from here. So elbows and forearms are going to come down to the ground. Step your feet to the back end of your mat. Find that nice low plank. And then just take a second here to notice your shoulders, notice your back, notice your abdomen. And we're going to take 3 saws here. So for right now, our elbows are in line with the shoulders. And then we're going to push into our balls of the feet. Bring your shoulders slightly past your elbows. Push back into your heels. Beautiful. Bring your shoulders slightly past your elbows. Push back into your heels. One more time. Shoulders slightly past the elbows. Push back into your heels. Nice. And then come back to that neutral position. Gently release your knees down. Release your toes. Float right into your Sphinx position. Elbows energetically draw back towards the ribs. Heart comes forward. Press up through the crown of your head. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. 3 nods of the head up and down here. So we're going to keep that engaged position with the back of the body. So elbows are still drawing back energetically. Once you've completed those 3 nods of the head up and down, now we're going to turn the head gently side to side. Beautiful. One more turn of the head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, we're going to swing the hands out. So our fingers are going to be pointing towards the corners of the mat. Once you found that swing out of the hands, you're going to press into the palms, lift the elbows up away from the floor, come into that bigger arch of the back. Nice. And then soften your elbows, gently lower your way down, slide your hands in. Hands are going to be alongside the shoulders. And then we're going to reach through the right toes. Just the right toes are going to point, pull, and lift. Point, pull, and lower. Point the left toes, pull and lift. Point the left toes, pull and lower. Beautiful. And then once those toes are touched down to the ground, 3 low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. One more time here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down, push your way up to a tabletop position, curl the toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Take a few petals of the legs here. Take 1 or 2 more petals of the legs, and then when you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a soft fold at the top of your mat. Keep your knees really nice and generously bent, and then we're going to lift the toes, spread your toes, and then take your peace fingers and grab hold of the big toes. So you're just going to take a little toe hold. Once you've got your toe hold, then relax your toes, relax your butt, relax your shoulders, just noticing that connection point, your hands touching your feet. Soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. Two more cycles of breath here. Maybe tune in and notice the breath in your rib cage. Nice. And then when you're ready, gently lift your toes, spread your toes, release your toe hold, and then soften your toes back down. Bend your knees even more, pull your abdominal muscles in, nice and slow and controlled. Roll your way up to a standing position. Take your time as you come up. And then once you found that standing position, take 3 big rolls of the shoulders down and back. And then go in the opposite direction. Roll the shoulders up, forward, and down. Nice. And then once you've completed that, take your right arm, bring it across your chest, grab the back of the arm, gently tug it in, drop the shoulder down. Once you've created that space for yourself, take 3 nods of your head up and down. Beautiful. Head comes to a neutral position. Release that arm, switch over to the other side. Bring the left arm across, plug the shoulder down. Once you've created that space for yourself, take 3 nods of your head up and down. Beautiful. Once you've completed those 3 nods of the head up and down, take a second, release that arm. Now we're going to bring the hands behind the back so we can get a little interlace. And then we're going to go shoulders down and back so we get a little bit of an opening in the chest, but not extreme. We're just going to keep that loose, light hand hold so that we open up through the chest, shoulders are down, and then lift your chin. Keep your mouth closed, but we're going to tap the tongue repeatedly to the roof of the mouth. So chin lifts, lips are closed, tongue is tapping repeatedly to the roof of the mouth. One or two more taps of the tongue. And then when you're ready, release your head to a neutral position, release your hands, and then take a moment to find your mountain pose. Toes and knees pointing fairly forward, feet nice and anchored into the ground, lifting upward through the spine, up through the crown of your head. Gaze forward, take a moment here, just in this nice strong position to notice the strength in your body, notice your breath. Keeping this nice strong position, arms down at your sides, keeping your gaze forward, we're gonna lift the heels. So as you inhale, lift your heels up away from the floor. How high you go, I don't really care as long as you are in control the whole time. Exhale, lower your heels back down to the ground. Inhale, lift your heels up away from the floor. Exhale and lower your heels with control. One more time, inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower your heels down. Inhale, arms are gonna lift up to the sky, hold that imaginary beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink into a chair. Inhale, rise up, look to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, rise up, look to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, rise up, look to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair. One more time here. Inhale, rise up, look to the sky. Exhale, sink into your chair and hold here. Bring the weight back into your heels just a little bit. Lift your toes or give your toes a little wiggle just to make sure that not too much pressure or weight is forward on the toes. And then once you feel like you found that sensation, you're going to scoop your tailbone down just a little bit so you feel your solar plexus kick on, and then see if you can lift your arms just a little bit higher. Take one more nice big breath here. On your next exhale, fold yourself forward. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Hands are going to plant down on the ground. Step back to a plank position. Beautiful. From that plank position, right knee is going to touch down to the ground. We're going to move into a supported side plank. Right hand's going to move in slightly. Pivot your left foot, pivot your right knee. Left hand's going to rotate up towards the sky. Lift your ribs upward towards the ceiling. Nice engaged, lifted upward situation. And then take a moment here to just notice the strength in your body. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. With control, release that hand down. Come back through your plank position, that nice high plank. Once you found that plank, pause there for a moment, notice your strength. And then left knee is going to touch down, moving right into that supported side plank on the other side. So you're going to pivot your right foot, pivot your left knee. Right hand's going to reach up. Ribs are lifting energetically up towards the sky. Come back to your breath. Beautiful. Float that hand down. Come back through your plank position. Slide your left leg back. Find your strength here. Nice. And then when you're ready, with control, release your knees down, release your toes. Hug your elbows into your ribs, lower with control onto your belly. Take 3 low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. One more time here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down, push your way through table back to a child's pose. So lift your way up, walk your knees together, toes together, bring your butt back to your heels. Reach out long through the arms, make some space so your belly and your chest feel really good. You might feel a little compression of your breath against your thighs. Take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. One more cycle of breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your butt up away from your heels. So we're coming through a tabletop position, and then we're going to drop the elbows down towards the ground. Scoop your heart forward. Can you slide all the way forward into a cobra position, lifting yourself up? Lovely. Curl the toes under. Exhale and lift up into a downward facing dog. We're going to float through that again. We're going to pick up the heels, lower the knees, come to a tabletop position. Release your toes. Drop your elbows all the way down to the ground. Scoop your heart forward. Come all the way forward to slide into that cobra position. Beautiful. Curl the toes under, lift up to your down dog. One more time here. Pick up the heels, lower your knees, come through your tabletop position, release your toes, drop your elbows all the way down to the ground, scoop your heart forward, slide forward into that cobra position. Nice. And then curl your toes under, exhale up to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. And then just take a moment to notice. So you might feel the muscles in your back have gotten nice and kicked on now, and they might feel a little bit strong or a little bit warm. So see if you can just kind of tune in, notice the muscles along your spine, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Awesome. And now we're going to raise the roof. So we're going to reach our hands up, but we're going to go palms pressing up like you're trying to push the ceiling up with your palms. So you're going to let the ribs lift. You're going to let your shoulders lift. You're going to really push up into the palms and let the whole torso help engage to push your palms up towards the ceiling. So you're going to feel that strength in the upper back body, in your arms, in your shoulders. Press your palms up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And then with softness, gently release your arms down. Roll your shoulders down and back. Gaze forward, find your mountain pose again, nice and strong through your feet, reaching up through the crown of your head. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back, low lunge, bring the knee down, toes tucked or released, totally your choice. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down, frame your front foot, just touch the floor. We're gonna lift right back up. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, touch your hands down. One more time here. Inhale, lift your arms up. Beautiful. Exhale, touch your hands down. Now we're gonna take it into half splits. We're gonna pull the hips back, peel the front toes up, rock back, come forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Rock yourself back. Rock yourself forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze. One more time, rock yourself back. Rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up, come into that nice high lunge. Right hand's gonna touch down to the ground, left hand's gonna reach up. Take one big breath as you reach that hand up, and then right away, release that hand down, plant your palms, step back to plank, right knee is gonna touch down. We're gonna take it into that right knee down side plank. Right knee touches down, right hand steps in, pivot your legs, reach your left hand up, take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Release that hand down, readjust your legs. You come through your plank position and then bring your knees down, gently lower onto your belly. Inhale up to cobra just as high as you like. Exhale up to down dog or through a table to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, the toes tucked or release. That's totally up to you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down, frame that front foot. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down, frame that front foot, take it into your half splits. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Rock yourself forward, lift your chest. Beautiful. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Rock yourself forward, lift your chest. One more time. Pull the hips back. Rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee up, left hand touches down, right hand reaches up to the sky. Take one big breath. Beautiful, float that right hand down, plant your palms, step back to plank, left knee down into that side plank variation. Left hand swings in, foot swings out, right hand reaches up to the sky. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. Float that hand down to the ground, readjust so you find your plank position. Lower your knees, gently lower down onto your belly. Inhale up to cobra just as high as you like. Exhale up to down dog or through table to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. From our forward fold, this time we're going to take it into a chair position. So you're going to bring your butt down, lift your arms up and away from the floor, find that strength, scoop that tailbone under, feel that engagement at the solar plexus, lift your arms just a little bit higher, lift your gaze. One more breath. Push strong into your feet, rise up. Right hand's going to touch down to the side, left hand's going to lean over. We're going to take a little side bend. Beautiful. Lift up, switch to the other side. Left hand touches down, right hand reaches up. Lift back up, both hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down. Pull the arms away from the back of the body. This time, lift your chin up. And then maybe if it feels good, you push your lips up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Release your chin, release your hands, come back to mountain pose. Pause just for a moment to notice your breath, notice your body. And then when you're ready, eyes open, inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, gently lift as you look up to the sky. Exhale, fold your way down to the ground. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, soften down, right leg back, low lunge, knee down, toes tucked, release, your choice. Inhale, lift your arms up, one big breath. Exhale, float your hands down, one half splits. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Create a little bit of space here, soften your nose toward your knee. Awesome, and then rock yourself forward. Curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up. Right hand reaches down, left hand reaches up. Beautiful, plant that left palm down, step back to a plank. Right knee is gonna come down, take your supported side plank. Rotate, reach that left arm up, take one big breath. Come back through your plank position. So we slide that right leg back. Beautiful. And then either bring the knees down or lower in chaturanga, whichever you like best. Inhaling up to cobra just as high as you like. Exhale up to table or through table to down dog or just up to your down dog. That's totally up to you. Look forward, walk, step, or hop your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Hands meet chest. Lift gently as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, toes tucked or release. That's your choice. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float your hands down, one half splits, pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. As you rock your, oops, I forgot, make a little space, soften your nose toward your knee, take an extra second there. Don't want you to be unbalanced. And then when you're ready, rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up, left hand stays down, right hand reaches up. Beautiful, bring that right hand down, slide that right leg back, find your plank position. Moving into that supported side plank. Left knee touches down, left hand readjusts, swing your legs around, reaching upward, looking upward, take a nice big breath. Beautiful, float everything back down and around, finding your plank position. And then either lower in chaturanga or bring the knees down. That's totally up to you. Inhaling up to cobra just as high as you like. Exhaling up to down dog or through your table to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands through down at your sides, back behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, shoulder blades squeeze together, arms pull away from the back of the body, lift your chin, take one breath. Gently release your chin, but keep your arms as they are. Bend your knees, fold yourself over, let your arms fall away from the back of the body just as far as they go naturally. Take one big breath. Keep that folded position, unlace your fingers. Hands are gonna float down, grab your big toes. So take your two piece fingers, grab hold of your two big toes, get your little toe hold. Once you've got your toe hold, you're gonna think about lifting your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. We're not trying to straighten the legs so much as we're trying to lift those butt bones up towards the sky. Take one more moment. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, lift your toes, release your peace fingers, plant your palms, step back to plank. Now we're going to take a side plank here without the knee down. So if you prefer the knee down, if that's better for your wrists, for your shoulders, you're going to bring the knee down. But if it feels okay to take that high side plank without the support of the knee, you do the variation that feels best to you this morning. Right hand's going to walk in. We're going to pivot the feet, lifting those bottom ribs up towards the sky. Left hand's going to reach up, look towards the ceiling, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Rotate and switch. Readjust as needed. Left hand's going to walk in slightly, pivot your feet. Bottom ribs are lifting upward. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Nice. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully release. Bring the knees down. Gently lower onto your belly. Once you found your way down, give everything a second. Shake out your tush, wiggle out your shoulders. We're going to bring the hands in like our fingertips are pointing towards each other and elbows are going to be a little bit wide. So we're going to find that position with the arms first. Take a second, make sure everything feels good. Your clothes are in a good position and all that good stuff. And then once you feel like you're there, left hand is going to stay where it is. We're going to come into a sort of cobra position. But as we lift up, the right hand is going to reach, pivot, touch the low back with the palm facing up. Release, lower yourself gently down, switch over to the other side. So the fingertips are pointing in towards each other, elbows are wide. Press into the right hand, lift the left hand up, palm pivots, palm facing up, touch the low back. Beautiful. Release that palm, bring it back in, lower back down. Back to the right. Lift your heart gently, reach that right hand back, touch the low part of your back. Beautiful. Release, lower your heart down, back to the left. Inhale as you lift. Swing that hand around, touch the low back. Lovely. Swing it back around, lower your heart down. One more time each side. Lift up, right hand reaches back and behind, touch the low back. Nice. Release, lower your heart down, back to the left, lift your heart, reach your hand back, touch the low back, release that hand, lower it down. And now if you like, stack your hands, slide your feet out just a little bit wider, relax your butt, relax the backs of your thighs into this crocodile position. Take 3 nice deep breaths with as little efforting as you can find. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift the head up just slightly, walk the legs in a little bit closer. So we want to get the inner thighs to touch best we can. And now we're going to take it into our equal balancing pose. So left hand is going to slap nice and tight against the thigh, and we're going to roll over onto our side. So my arm is planted underneath the side of my body. So take a second to see if you can find that. Now, if you're wearing like a watch or jewelry or anything like that, and you need to take it off because it'll get a little catchy underneath there, cause a little pain, take a second to readjust. But now we're going to find this planking position with the body. So first, we're going to start with the right hand on the ground so we can just anchor ourselves. Plank your body. So keep your belly firm, pushing energy out through the heels. My feet are stacked. My feet are nice and active, and I'm pushing energetically out through the heels. Once you've found all of that, gaze is going to stay forward. Top arm is going to release away from the floor, reach it up to the sky. Now, if you've got really great balance and you're feeling good about it, turn your head and look up towards the ceiling. Make it a slow, controlled movement. Keep that planking position. Keep pushing into your heels. Beautiful. And then gently turn your head back to that neutral position. Float that right hand down. Gently roll onto your belly. Take a second to release that left arm. Wiggle your hands. Shake everything out. Wiggle and shimmy your shoulders, wiggle your butt, take a second. And then once you found that little sense of looseness, we're going to take it to the other side. So right hand is going to slap up nice and tight against the side of the body. You're going to roll over onto your right side. Take a second to readjust anything that you need to, but then once you're there, planking position. So the back is nice and strong and engaged. Abdominal muscles are firm. Feet are engaged, pushing out energy through the heels. Once you feel like you found a little bit of balance here, see if you can lift your left hand up. Once you found a little balance there, slowly, 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 turn your head and rotate to look up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Gently and slowly turn your head back to neutral position. Float your left hand down. Roll off of that arm slowly and mindfully. And then as you come unloosed, take a second to give everything a little shimmy shake. And then we're going to bend both knees and just drop the heels side to side. Nice. One more little swish of the heels side to side. And then we're going to push our way up to a tabletop position. So float those toes down, push your way all the way up. We're going to either crisscross the ankles or swing the legs out to one side. That's going to be totally up to you. We're going to come back to our butterfly position. So we're going to swing the legs around so the soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right, thumbs to the insteps. Put a little pressure into those thumbs. Find that nice tall uplifted spine. Lean your heart forward just a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Come back up nice and slow, but keep that pressure of your thumb on the instep of your foot. Lean your heart forward, maybe 2 or 3 inches, and then come right back up. One more, just like that, pressure in the thumbs, lean your heart forward, lift yourself back up. And now we're gonna find a little balance here, but we're not gonna go full bear. So we're gonna take our peace fingers, grab the big toes, lean back into your sits bones, keep the soles of the feet together, keep that toe hold, lift up just a little bit so you feel that sense of balance. Take a moment, notice your inner thighs are probably a little bit engaged here to keep those heels lifted off the floor. Take one more breath. Beautiful, and then gently release your heels back down to the ground, release your big toes, help your knees come together. We're gonna start to work our way down to the ground. So when you're ready, curl your tailbone under with control. Come all the way down, nice and slow and controlled. Once you found your way down to the ground, we're going to step the feet in like we're prepping for a bridge position. Left leg is going to stay in that bent knee position, and just the right foot's going to do a little work to start. So right leg is going to come up into that reverse tabletop position. Keep a little bit of a flex in the foot, and we're going to keep that nice active, strong position with the leg. We're going to hip hinge. So we're going to think about dropping the heel down towards the ground from the hip, and then pulling the thigh back up, keeping the leg as strong as you can. Dipping down so the heel touches the ground, pulling it back up nice and slow and controlled. Beautiful. 3 more to go here. Lower the heel, let it tap. Pull it back up, strong leg, strong foot the whole time. Lower the heel down, let it tap. Pull it back up nice and slow and controlled. One more time here. Lower the heel down. Pull it back up nice and slow and controlled. Gently pull the light knee into your chest, soften your foot, give it a light little squeeze, little compression in that front pocket area. And then when you're ready, release that foot down. We're going to switch to the other side. So right leg is going to stay in that bent knee position. Left leg is going to come up into that reverse table. Flex your foot. Keep the leg strong and engaged the whole time. Hip hinge. So we want to hinge from the hip. So we want to think about pushing the thigh away from the chest. Heel is going to touch down to the ground. Pull it back up with control. Nice. Lower the heel down. Tap the heel to the ground, bring it back up with control. 3 more to go here. Lower the heel, bring it back up with control. Lower the heel, bring it back up with control. Last one here. Thigh moves away from the heart. We lower the heel so the heel touches down to the ground. Pull it back up with control. Bring it all the way into the chest. Soften your foot. Give it a light little squeeze. Compress that front pocket area. Nice. And then when you're ready, release. Now we're going to roll over onto one side. So we're going to roll over into a fetal position. Bottom arm is going to be stretched out in front or support the head. You're just going to find what feels the best for that arm, just so that you feel really comfortable in that side lying position. To start, let your head rest wherever feels the most comfortable. We're going to keep our knees stacked and our hips stacked, and then we're going to work just in that bottom half of the body for a second. So we're going to keep the knees together. The top heel is just going to lift up from away from the bottom heel, lower it back down. Lift the heel up, lower it back down. Do that one more time. Lift your heel up, lower it back down. Nice. And now we're going to go shoulder and hip in the opposite direction. So usually we do the hand glide, but we're going to keep it a little bit smaller, but we want to think right or top shoulder back, hip forward slightly, top shoulder forward, hip goes back, top shoulder back, hip forward slightly, top shoulder forward, hip goes back. One more time through, top shoulder back, hip forward, hip back, shoulder comes forward, and then find that neutral position again. Now the top hand is going to reach up, over, and across and grab the side of your head. Knees are going to stay together. As you lift the heel up, you're going to lift the head up and then get a little squeeze in at the side body, and then release slow, 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 slow. Lift the heel up, lift the head up, feel that little squeeze in the side body, and release slow, 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 slow. Do that one more time. Lift the heel up, lift the head up, feel that little squeeze in the side body. Release as slow as you can. Release your hand from your head, roll over onto your back. Take a second on your back to just take a breath. You might even notice that little subtle variations that you're feeling in one side of the body compared to the other. But then when you're ready, we're going to flip over to the other side. I'm going to spin myself all the way around, but you roll over in a way that makes sense to you. Nice. And then once you found your way there, knees stacked, hips stacked, we're going to start with just that bottom or the top foot. So you're going to lift the heel up and lower it back down. Lift the heel up, lower it back down. One more time with that one. Lift the heel up, lower it back down. And now we're going hip and shoulder. So shoulder comes forward, hip goes back, shoulder goes back, hip comes forward. Shoulder comes forward, hip goes back, shoulder comes back, hip comes forward. Shoulder forward, hip back, shoulder back, hip forward, and then find that neutral position with the hips. Hand reaches up, over, and across. So we grab hold of the side of the head, and then we lift the head, we lift the heel, we squeeze in at the side body, hold that for a second, and then release slow, 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 slow. Lift the head, lift the heel, squeeze in at the side body, and release slow, slow, slow. Nice. One more time. Lift the head, lift the heel, squeeze in at the side body, and then release as slow as you can. Release your hold from your head. And then from here, we're going to flip back over onto our backside. So take your time, flip yourself back over. Once you're onto your backside, soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Take 3 cycles of breath here, finding that reclined butterfly position. One more breath. With control, engage your inner thighs, pull your legs together, knees together, inner thighs together, big toes together, push your knees in towards each other and hold that active position. So legs are nice and strong, pushing in towards each other and hold that strong position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that tension, step your feet to hip width distance apart, hands alongside the hips, halfway bridge. Exhale, lift your hips up. Inhale, release your hips back down. We're going to do 4 more of those. Exhale, lift your hips up. Keep the backs of your ribs trying to anchor down to the ground. Inhale and release back down. 3 more to go. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale to release. Exhale to lift. Inhale to release. Last one here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release, come back to that butterfly position. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Take 1 breath. With control from the inner thighs, bring the legs together, knees together, big toes together, inner thighs together. Push the inner thighs together. Hold that strong position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that tension, step your feet to hip width distance apart. Exhale up into that halfway bridge. Lift your hips up. Take 1 breath at the top. On your next inhale, lower back down. Right leg is going to come across the left, right into a figure 4 position. Hands free to start. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale to lower it down. One more time here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale to lower it down. And now we're going to lift up, but as we lift up, we're also going to slide the right leg across. So we're going to crisscross our knees as the left leg picks up, and then re-grab the shins or the tops of your feet. Pull the toes away from each other, draw the knees into your chest, Hug it in as tight as feels good to you and take 3 nice deep breaths. Beautiful. With control, release, unwind your legs, take a second to reposition, and then left leg is going to come right across the right. Find your figure 4, hands free to start. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. And as we lift up this time, we're going to slide the left leg across. So we're going to slide the leg across like we're crossing our legs in a chair. Knees are stacked, toes pointing away from each other. Regrab your shins to the tops of the feet. Pull the toes away from each other as you draw the knees into your comfort level. And then once you're there, take 3 nice deep breaths. Nice. When you're ready, slowly and mindfully release, uncross your legs, bring your legs into a tabletop position. We're going to take a quick twist before we find our way to our Shavasana. So arms are going to open out nice and wide. Knees are going to drop over to the right. Let them sink all the way down. Turn your head, look to the left. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale with that effort, pull your legs back to center and then drop your knees over to the left. Right shoulder stays anchored, head turns to the right. Once you're there, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, engage your abdominal muscles, pull those knees back to center, draw them into your chest, get a light handhold, and then just rock a little side to side. Now from here today, our practice, I would suggest a legs up the wall Shavasana if you have a wall available to you. If you don't have a wall available, but you still want that legs up the wall, you can throw your legs up over your bed. You can throw your legs up over a couch. You can throw your legs up over a chair. A wall is a nice way too, so you get that more straight leg position, or you could take it with your legs just up in the air if that feels comfortable and restful. But this sometimes creates just a little bit of need for a sense of support. But if you have a wall available, you're just going to scoot your hips sideways against the wall as close as you can get. And then you're going to swing around and swing those legs up and over the wall. So if you have a wall available and you could take a legs up the wall for your Shavasana, going to be a really nice energetic finish. So if this is available, I highly recommend. But if you're like, no, my back hurts, or I just need this other position, you take the position that feels the most beneficial to you this morning, whatever that means to you. Once you've got yourself into a position that feels fairly comfortable, take a second to just find that idea of letting go, relaxing the tension in your jaw, soften your cheekbones, soften your eyes. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel called to do so, or you're ready to come back to the world, take a time to just gently reawaken. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If you were in that unsupported legs up the wall, maybe you'll take a second to slowly and mindfully bring your knees toward your chest, gently bringing yourself up and out of whatever position you were in. And then when you feel ready, slowly find your way up to a comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you. Sukhasana, if you like sitting in Sukhasana, or perhaps you like to come back to that Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. So whatever feels good and comfortable and just allows you to sit up nice and tall. Awesome. And then once you found your way there, we're going to bring it to Anjali Mudra, prayer hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum, but with a little bit of engagement here. So elbows are going to be slightly wide, a little bit of a gentle press between the palms. Thumbs are going to touch to the chest. Close your eyes down, bow your head to your heart. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe in, just feel that gentle, tiny bit of movement underneath your thumbs. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy, happy Thursday. You guys are amazing.